There we go. I'm going to record it. All right, I'm starting over. Empowered Confidence is the name of the workout. We are going to go ahead and get into a fun little dynamic warm-up here, really talking about grounding from our feet up. So let's go ahead, spread those toes, come on up to the balls of your feet, and then go ahead and press that back down. Go ahead and just really connecting with the feet. Go ahead and continue to do that. I am going to spotlight myself for you guys. There we go. Awesome. Okay. And now maybe this time you could stay up a little bit into the balls of the feet and just notice how we are taking some muscles in our body to balance. Maybe you need to put the arms out, but just checking in on that ball of the foot, the toe spread. That's your power place, right? And then let's go ahead and just do a couple of those a little quicker. Notice active feet, active glutes. Start to feel that in your booty a little bit. All right, grab the floor with those feet, balls of the feet on, heels on, spread the toes and suction cup your arches. Bring that energy up and just feel how you're in control of that. Let's go ahead, release it, and check in how we create that again. Spread the toes, 3 points on the foot, suction up, and feel the energy start to flow up from the ground. All right, let's do it one more time. Small little actions. These are things that you can throw into your day. Just noticing how that active foot. We're single leg deadlifting today, so it's going to be really good if we can notice how that's going to help us get strength in balance in there. Go ahead, put your hands on your knees, shoulder blades away from your ears and away from each other. Tuck the rib cage in and just feel feet are rooted like you're pulling the seat bones up. Okay, go ahead and just feel that, just that small move of sinking feet are active, seat bones to the ceiling. Awesome. Good. Let's go ahead, and that's where we start. And then we're going to go ahead, root those feet, let the knees come past the toes, and then come on up into that hinge. All right, we're just going to do 3 of these to each direction. Really mindful of what we're doing here, okay? So dynamically moving through each joint or juicing up the joints and patterning out some gorgeous movement. Go ahead, maybe your legs a little wider here, and let's get into some real big hip circles. I love this because I feel the stretch in my glutes, especially it's Wednesday, it's hump day. We've been through some work. Those glutes have worked for us. All right, let's go ahead. Opposite direction. All right, and then from here, this movement's going to be a little bit more slower and controlled. Just noticing how is that pelvis moving. So it's just like you're thinking, oh, we have some more friends. Lisa's joining in, yay, awesome. Okay, and we're going to just tuck and tilt that pelvis and noticing what's available there. Let's go ahead and just bring one seat bone up. You're not pushing to the floor to do this, but just literally trying to pick it up. Your foot will move, but there's a difference between me using momentum or just really checking in. Let's go ahead. Are you connected now, Lisa? Oh, it's still connecting. All right, and then we'll go ahead and put that all into some circles. Again, in the opposite direction, again, just really exaggerate it. You want to be able to feel that that pelvis can move freely, and then we can really feel all the little muscles around there and make more access to this area of our body as we get to our work today. Let's go ahead and really let the rib cage open up and then tuck it in. Notice what happens with the shoulder blades as they glide forward and back as well. So just getting through this part of our spine. So the thoracic spine feels really good. Just really exaggerate. How can you make change? Maybe you want to really lengthen through the arms and then open. Hey, Lisa, you're in now?
Yeah, I'm in.
It looks like you're connected.
Yes.
See what's happening here. Oh, she's having a technology problem. You're there, right? Oh, you're in. You're in. Hello. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and just move that rib cage side to side. Really try and isolate it. And if you really watch me, I can't really move it to one side, and that's okay. I just keep showing up every day, trying to make change here. Having patience with myself. Not judging, just responding, no reactions. I didn't always feel that way. So I'm just learning to accept what is, kind of what we need to be doing for us people living in Ontario. And then we choose how we respond to it. Go ahead, change directions. Oh, that feels good. All right, let's just put those hands out. Okay, we're gonna bring a thumb down, a thumb up. It's hard to see there. My thumb went missing in the whiteboard there. And we're just gonna alternate those. Now what you're thinking is just screwing up the shoulder here. So just like internal, external rotation, but we're just oppositing them. Then we're gonna add in a little groove, okay? So lengthen, now we're getting into that rib cage a bit. Looking a little bit like our old 80s styles workouts. We got this. Reaching as long as we can, little side action. All right, keeping those arms up, you might be starting to feel some heat. Let's go ahead and do what we did with our feet. Suction it up and then just get into the elbows. Excellent. Go ahead, the opposite direction, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Let's start to pay attention to what's happening in our lower abdominals as we're standing in this beautiful plank line. All right, feeling the energy from the ground up. We're gonna go ahead and just get those wrists moving. Amazing. Opposite direction. Good, and then just shake those arms out. Maybe give a little hop. Notice this. We're gonna go ahead and just come side to side action. We're gonna use that in a little bit more of our warm up in a second. Okay. And let's just get into the neck a little bit. Always root yourself. Let's look up. Make sure you take these nice and slow. Just gonna get into the cervical side now here. All right, and then just looking over to the middle and to the side. Just noticing how does that feel from side to side. Put your hands on your thighs, make sure they're staying in the same place and that we're not trying to use our shoulders to make any of this movement happen. Good. Let's go ahead and put one ear to our shoulder, okay, and then over to the other. Just noticing how this feels. On the third one, let's go ahead and add that arm. Okay, so press that arm down. Maybe you want it out, palm up, like facing or down, whatever way feels like you're getting the most benefit. And then do a little yes and no here. Yeah, feeling good. Come back, switch sides, press that hand down, a little yes, a little no, whatever way the palm wants to be. And I just encourage you to always be listening to your body as we go through this and noticing, make this movement your own. I'm going to give lots of options today, and I want you to make sure you take them, listen to your body, respond. That's how we empower ourselves. Okay, you're going to get a nice light bell. Okay, what we're doing is halos, so my hair is not going to be so pretty anymore. So it can be a dumbbell if you want as well. It doesn't want to be too heavy. Okay, we're just looking to use this to open up, wake up some small little muscles, and we're gonna do 3 rounds of 3 moves and build on them on each round to really warm up our bodies today. Does anyone have questions before we go? I just see some faces up to the camera. Are we good? Or are you just trying to do technology? Okay, awesome. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and have this bell by the horns upside down. Normally I say, hey, get that out here, but I'm gonna let you rest in here and just feel the shoulder blades squeeze. Grab the suction cups, find the energy, and we're gonna go ahead and halo and bring it back in. Now, something that will likely happen in the beginning is that your rib cage are going to want to pop out. But remember, we just practiced how we tuck it in. Let's go ahead and make sure that we keep that beautiful plank line. Okay, so 5 to each direction. Good. That's it. Now really exaggerate this stretch here and your elbows together rather than letting this stay high and the elbows stay. Okay, so really try and get to this position here with the rib cage in so that you get that full benefit of the stretch. Once you've done 5 on each side, that's looking good. That's it, alternating. Hair's looking gorgeous, everyone. Really just feeling like we're limbering up those shoulders, working some core, but also feeling those nice little stabilizers in the shoulders as well. We're gonna then come into 5 goblet squats. Just come into your normal stance, suction cup those feet, come and just give your elbows a little rock, elbows into your knees, a little rock. Use this weight to bring the shoulders down and back, and then we're gonna come up. We're gonna go 5 of those. We stayed a little long in that first one. So just a little rock and then up. We're just gently massaging ourselves into the positions that we would like to come into today. All right. Feeling really good here. Nice. All right. Go ahead, safely put that bell down, and we're going to head into an inchworm. So we're just going to walk out, find our plank position, walk back into a spinal roll. Looks like this. Nice hinge, patterning that out for we have deadlifts today. We're going to go ahead, come into this plank position. All right, and then just walk ourselves back. Bend your knees if you need. Tuck the chin. Roll that spine up. Take a good breath. Hinge it out again. We're going for 5 reps here. Find your plank line. All right, now when you come back, if you need to bend your knees, please do it. Find your rooted feet. Tuck that chin, roll that spine up. Good. Hinge it out. Feel like we did in the dynamic, right? Everything's just building on top of each other. Good. And then go ahead, bend the knees and roll that up. I don't know if that was 4 or 5. I'll just check in if you guys are still moving. Awesome. Keep going. Get your 5 reps in. And when I see you guys have moved, finish that. I want you to, I love seeing you really move through the spine and then finding that plank line, right? Remembering shoulders over top of the wrist. And then we're going to go ahead. Let's see how we're doing here. Just finishing up. Beautiful. Lisa, I have not seen your puppy. So big. Only pictures on Facebook. Okay. What we're doing now is we're going to add in a twist. So what I think this is like, you know, the cancer ribbons that we used to, like, I don't know, maybe they still do, but you would put them to just honor certain, different colors meant different cancers. And so they kind of are on this ribbon and they cross over. That's what we're going to do. So you're going to come into your halo and then turn and twist to the side. So you're going to go from this hip, then you're going to do that ribbon around and come into this hip. I'll show it with weight. So we'll start in the middle and you're going to go ahead and bring that down into this side. Okay, you're going to twist from here up, around, and then twist to the side. Okay, so we are really isolating and moving that T-spine, getting in through the shoulders, and we're going to go ahead and do that 5 times to each side. Okay, so just taking your time, resting it here to start. Feel that good stretch, and then notice we're going to go ahead and bring that to the opposite hip with a nice rotation. From here, you head back in the opposite direction and bring it to this hip. Up, around to this hip. Up, around, just starting to feel that you are in control, that we can use some rotational strength and really keep the rib cage in. You guys are looking good. Yeah, so making that beautiful ribbon around your body. Just feeling pretty graceful with that kettlebell. Awesome job. Perfect. Once you've done 5, you're going to head back into your squat, but what I want you to do is bring your feet narrow. So we're going to do the same thing. The elbows are going to touch into the knees, and we're just going to get into those ankles and feet. Still noticing that I'm keeping the shoulder blades back. I use the bell to do that. So as soon as I feel my elbows here, I use this bell as tension. Kate's coming in. I wonder if she meant to do that. Good. Awesome. Good. Oh, she logged out now. I think it was an accident. Good. Nice. And now this time we're going to add in a little push-up to our inchworm. Okay? So we're going to forward fold, walk that out till you get to your plank position. Maybe in the beginning you want to lower your knees and then come on up. Again, just meet yourself in the middle, finding yourself where you need to be. And we're going for 5 reps. If the push-up doesn't feel good, then just go ahead and come right back to sticking at the plank. See what Kate's saying. Perfect. Awesome. Good. That's it. Now remembering that, you know, the same kind of concept with our hands as we get into that plank, into those push-ups, because we do have push-ups today. Thinking about using the same concept with our feet. So the hand, like the balls of feet, want to have connection, same with the heel of the hand, and then kind of almost like you're thinking, spread those fingers in suction cup. It'll be a little more difficult to do with your hands, but that's what you want to think as you get into those push-ups. All right, good job. Remembering in those push-ups, shoulders want to have as much room away from our ears as they can, and squeezing up the shoulder blades. Amazing. Just let you guys finish. I like that. Amanda's still keeping that spinal roll. Must be feeling good on those hairdresser arms. Nice work. Okay. We're going to go ahead. One more round, and of course, we're going to add on, and you always have the option to just stay with what feels good. So we're going to go ahead. Come on in. We're going to do our halo. We're going to twist. All right, and then add a lunge if we want. Gonna go ahead. Just sit there. Oops, I didn't go the opposite direction. All right, add that twist and then the lunge. Again, notice how slow I'm going. I'm really deliberately making each of these work for me. Whoops. Really driving for the elbows to come on close to my body. And then lunge. Up, around, back, twist, and having a hard time on this side. And lunge. Good. Shoulders should be good and heating up now. Awesome. Really checking in that you're keeping everything in nice and tight. Woo. These are making me warm up. Don't know about you, I think I might be able to take my sweater off now. 5 of those. Looking good. My shoulders feel like they got a little buzz going, a little woken up, ready to work for me today. Heart rate's getting up a little bit. It's a good little warm up just to set in. And again, you could just always take our warm ups, take our mindful movements in the beginning and just throw them into pieces of your day when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe sat too long. Just know that look at how our mood's already changing. Warmth in our body. We got a little more blood flow, a little more oxygen, and we're going to head in to a wide stance this time. Okay, we're going to get into the groin. All right, and just using the same concept. I have my toes out. All right, facing slightly out in this one. It just feels better for me. It doesn't hurt on my knees. You always need to be listening to what your body, where it would feel best. So if you've gone too wide, come in. It's not about what it looks like, it's what it feels like. Okay, where's your widest squat? That you're still safe, that you still feel confident and empowered to keep growing forward. Remember what the feet are doing, it will help. Good, squeezing at the top. Awesome. And then this time we're gonna add in, and again, you always have the choice to just stay where you're at with inchworm. This time we're gonna inchworm out as far as we can, start to wake up that core. Hands will go past our shoulders, and then we'll walk our feet towards our hands. So then you can start to come on in, and you'll go for 5 of those. You can keep going in a whole straight line, but for my space here, I'm just gonna turn around, head back in the opposite direction, and taking my time here. You can still spinal roll up in between those reps. We're gonna get 5 of those. Excellent job. Excellent. I'm just gonna pull up the workout up here. And there it is. Perfect. Make sure I'm not missing any of your fun today. Good work. Heading in, just really taking your time, noticing how your hands are connected to the ground, your feet are. You take that energy, you bring it all within you. You're setting the tone, mind, body, and soul here in this workout, knowing why you came, listening to your body, responding to what you hear, and then we're gonna meet it in the middle and find our 1% challenge throughout this whole workout. Awesome. Good. Looks like you guys are just finishing up there. And then what we're gonna do is get into some work. We're gonna do 3 rounds on each side. So really it is 6 rounds, or it could be 6 rounds and then you choose doing double belts. Okay, so I'm gonna give you tons of options today so that you can make sure that you're moving in safety, but also having a lot of fun here. And once you know the foundations and you're feeling the foundations and you're feeling strong, you can start to work the external around that and finding that you're listening, okay? So today the number is 7, we'll call it lucky 7. Really, I did call it, what did I really call it? I called it empowered strength. But really, we are gonna do 4 moves with like 7 reps. The very first one is a single leg deadlift, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and grab that suction cup. Why don't we go and just get right to work? Let's make this first round together just to see how it feels, okay? Let's get to wake up our body and know what's happening here. Suction cup, I'm gonna start with my weight in the opposite hand, remembering I do not want this weight to take the lead. I'm in charge. It's like a suitcase. I squeeze my shoulder blades and it will stay out of the way of my leg. Okay, so I like doing this in a bent leg because I feel like it keeps me a lot more honest at keeping shoulders hips square to the floor. I spread my fingers out, but you could be here, but this side has to be engaged. We're gonna go for 7. Whoops, single leg deadlifts. Woo-wee. I'm just gonna go and check in on how you guys are doing. You're going to get 7 reps there. Remembering these aren't done real quick. The slower, the better, the more control. You should be able, if I said stop, you would be able to stop where you are right now, no matter where you are in that deadlift. If you were here and I said stop, you should be able to just take a second and stop, continue it on, and come back up. That is the ultimate goal, okay? Once you've done 7 reps of that, what we're gonna do is set that leg down, and we're gonna go for a clean squat. Squat clean. If you can put them together and really flow it out, that's awesome. Otherwise, you can clean it up and then squat. If the clean's not feeling good for you, then go ahead and just bring it up one time. You can safety clean it up and you can squat. Okay, remembering that front rack position, knuckles underneath the chin, elbows towards the hip, suction cup, core on. You guys got this. We're doing 7 reps of that. Good. Nice. Excellent. From here, 7 reps next of jerks. Okay, but let's go ahead. You could do press where we're just, everything's staying strong. You could do that quick dip into a push press, or jerking and getting underneath it, keeping the rib cage in, and then straighten the legs before the bell comes down. I want you to choose whatever way you're going to be able to keep that bell, bicep near the ear. Notice here, that bell's over my head. I'm not out to the side and I'm not out front. And I'm coming right back down to that front rack position. So it goes slightly out and then slightly back down into that front rack position, no matter what kind of press you're doing. Okay, so 7 of those. On the 7th one, I'll know you're done because you kept it up over your head. I'm going to be watching for that. You don't have to keep cleaning it, Jen. Just come back to your shoulder. Yeah. Good. Perfect. All right. How are we doing? We got 7 reps in there. I see a couple people with it overhead. Good. What we're doing next, we're going to head into that windmill. Okay. If you need to, just lose the weight. Okay. We're going to work with our heels being lined up. We start hips and shoulders, arm up here, okay? I'm going to pop that hip out by driving through this heel, pop that hip to the corner of the room. Both arms and legs are straight. I'm gonna go as far as I can and then straighten forward, shoulders and hips. If it's too much to keep the arm, I want you to head with a diagonal deadlift. So you're gonna push through this heel, push through here. Otherwise, keep that weight up. And you're going to go for 7 reps of the windmill here. Remember to suction cup your feet. Everything that we practice in the warm-up is helping us here. Okay, remember all the hinging we did? Good. Awesome. Just make sure you're looking up at that bell. If that arm is bending at all, you need to make sure maybe get a lighter weight, or, grab a water bottle, grab a lacrosse ball, grab something you can grab onto a tennis ball. Even just a washcloth that you can squeeze and notice if you're keeping your arms straight. Maybe even your shoe.
Are we just doing the right side, or are we to be doing
both? Just the one side.
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're doing good. And then we're going to go ahead and do that all on the other side. Okay? So now you're going to put that weight into the other side of your body. We're going to go ahead and find ourselves in balance. Heading, remember, it's really important that we think about the feet here. Find something to focus on, and really want you to start to make some connection on how, when I create that abdominal pressure, and remember, we've talked in the past about how we do that. So a big inhale, fill that diaphragm up, and then exhale, like you're pulling up that pelvic floor to meet the diaphragm, and then it's this super beautiful strength. So I like you to focus on one thing, right? Maybe first couple reps, you're thinking, okay, my feet. Then am I really honing in on my core? Maybe another couple reps, you're thinking, do I have my shoulder blades squeezed while my rib cage is in? There's so much to think about, but try not to think about it all at once. Your body, you know it. Which one doesn't need the most pep talk? Like which one needs you to be like, okay, I'm on. Then we're gonna go ahead, squat cleans. right? Remembering that front rack position, really important. It's not out to the side here, okay? We're really keeping it in. We're keeping into that insertion, right? Remember, if you need some more help with that clean, just let me know. Reach out and I can help you nail down the patterns of that, the mechanics of it. Remembering that that bell does not want to come out on the outside of your shoulder. So I encourage you every time the bell comes towards you, before you move, check in before you squat. Is my bell over here or is it here with my shoulder down and back? Then you're going to go ahead, jerk it, press it, whatever overhead it looks like for you today. Okay? Use your breath. Remember, it can be strict, but notice my other side of my body. Notice my feet. My rib cage always stays tucked in. That could be your focus. If you know that's a pattern that you're trying to, just change up a bit. We're doing 7 of those overhead. And then you guys know the drill. When you're done, 5 windmills. Don't have to use that weight. You can take that weight away. I'm going to give you lots of fun options. Once you've felt this movement, once you've had a chance to check in and listen to your body, hey, where am I at today? What did these movements feel like? Could I level up? And level up could mean, do I need to slow it down and really work on a technique? Or could I add weight and trust myself because I'm strong, because I'm holding mechanics, I'm keeping arms and legs straight, that I have my core on, that my feet are rooted, I feel confident. All right, the windmills are looking excellent. Good. And just a reminder on the windmill that we grab the floor at the feet. Heels are lined up, so I like to start off with my feet on a T and then just come on out. Very first step would be making sure I start with my feet and my hips and my shoulders facing forward, and then I'm going to push through this heel to push that hip out in a corner. Then I'm going to go ahead, squeeze this glute to stand tall. So that could be my very first part. What I want to do is crease through this hip and feel that I have made as much closing of the hip as I can, because that's where my power is going to come from. If I want from here, I can just get that arm up. And I want you to not to judge how far. If this is as far as you can go and then you need to come back up, that's awesome. Add weight when you're ready, maybe just even objects. A real good challenge is trying to balance something on there. So if you have a yoga block, or if you had your shoe, again, that's a good way to challenge these windmills. So if you go through the next couple rounds, maybe that's where you want to be to see if you're being honest with that arm. Okay. All right, we're doing 2 more rounds. Now I want to just let you know, okay, we've given you all the foundational stuff. You can choose to use 2 bells for this. Okay, so if you wanted, you could grab a second bell, and even if you do not have the same weight, it adds a little bit of challenge, telling you, like, when you go get groceries, are all the weights balanced? No. So it's good training for life. So here, you could grab 2 bells. Now just notice what I've done here. I could be here. Yep, that's gonna hit me in the legs, gonna be in my way. But what I've done here is suction cupped, squeeze my shoulder blades. Look how they're staying out there, okay? You can go ahead and add the second weight or choose not to, but go for 7 reps on one leg and then just stand on one side. Are you doing 1 weight, 2 weight? 7 reps. Good, you guys are looking good. Remembering to grab the floor. There is no judgment on how far we get in that, how far we get into that hinge. I just want you to notice, where do I feel in control? Where do I feel in balance? Focusing on one little piece at a time. Being your own best coach. 7 reps of that into 7 squat cleans. Good. Amazing. Good. Into the 7 squat cleans. Now, if the cleans are causing you a problem, remember you can safety them with that other hand and then squat. Come back. Use that hand to really practice keeping it really feeling good, okay? So I don't want you to feel like you're hitting yourself with the bell all the time. Give yourself kindness, meet it in the middle, then slowly start to take away how much weight you use in this opposite hand that's helping you. Okay, there's always a way. This is not meant to defeat you, it's meant to grow you. So just make sure you're kind, okay? And the kinder you are, the more you look at how good you're doing, the more good you'll do. It's just the way your brain works. Once you've done that, you're heading up into the overhead. Okay, we're gonna jerk, press, whatever looks good, and then 7 windmills. Okay, you're just gonna make this your own. Once you've done one side, just head on over to the other. I have a nice, so you could be doing double jerks, right? Another thing that you could be doing with the windmill is if you're not feeling good about that overhead, you can have the belt on the bottom and we can do a diagonal deadlift just like this. Okay, you could also do both. So coming in here, and a real cool thing that's nice too is you don't even have to lift that windmill up. You could just be like, I'm just gonna raise the floor so the bell's higher up now. So now I feel successful. And then you could get a heavier bell that's bigger, that's taller, okay? Maybe you wanna hit not at the handle, you put it on its side, right? There's lots of way to grow yourself through this. So let's say that hey, I've mastered hitting the belt, the handle, maybe I could put it on its side and hit the belly of the bell. Once you've done that, go to the other side. We're doing the other side. Make sure you're just checking in with yourself. What is the right movement for you today? Do you need to slow it down a bit more? Do you need to add some weight? You choose. Do I need to remove the weight so that it's not making me feel intimidated and out of control? Because you want to. It's called empowered strength. So you should feel empowered through this whole movement. Yep, spicy, yes, a lot of work, but not to the point of like where you're feeling defeated in any way. You shouldn't feel ever defeated. You should feel like, heck, yes, I can do hard things. Okay, so always checking in. 7 reps of all those 4 moves on each side. Heading in for a 3rd round on each of them. And just make sure when you're doing those single leg deadlifts that bell, I really don't want it to touch the ground because you may notice when it does, right, that you've hit this wall and you've lost all alignment, especially if you're really not having the mobility here in the shoulders and keeping the rib cage in. So if I let the bell go, then I have turned out to the side. You'll see my shoulder has dropped. Okay, we all have different bodies, so some people may touch, they have longer arms, but typically we're not looking for that bell to touch the floor. We're looking to be in control. It's like you're walking to the airport with your suitcase and you are doing it with a single leg, okay? You don't want anyone to steal your suitcase. You're not putting it out there for people to take. You're keeping it here. It's like actually your child that would maybe run away. You stay here, I'm in charge, you go where I go, okay? Nice. Then you're gonna go ahead. Remember, you can be double belling this, right? You could be clean and squat, and same with the jerk. I want you to pay attention to what's happening here. Pecking in, making sure that front rack position is in the right place, the shoulder down, back, stacking it through the confidence muscles, elbows towards the hip, which is also such a good pattern because now when we go to jerk, the hip really actually comes from the heel all the way up the leg because we've talked about the feet. The power comes up and then all of a sudden you're controlling the power, right? We talked about that yesterday. Being the power source, but then controlling the power. How, like, when you realize that you are the boss of this amazing body you've been given and you can control it, anything's possible. As long as you're listening. Good. You guys are looking so awesome. I love it. Good, good. Nice balance. Nice, Amanda. Yes. I like that you've grabbed that second bell, Sherry. Nice, Kate. Yeah, you're hinging in your cleans today. Boom. Nice, Lisa. That's it. I love how you're finishing that windmill up by squeezing at the top. That's beautiful. We're gonna make some change in those hips and that low back for you. Nice work. You got this, Jen. Good, I love it. You're making gains in those windmills. I love it, love it, love it. Good, we're opening up those hips. We have like a countdown kind of workout happening next. We're gonna have 15 minutes to get into that fun. All right, so hopefully you guys just finishing up here. Awesome. Good, heading into the windmill, finishing off. Looks like we're doing pretty good here. Awesome. We're all at our own pace. And this is what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna actually share in to the next piece of, oh, okay, you're moving again, Lisa, awesome. Are you good, Jen? Are you done?
I'm done.
Are you done your 3 rounds?
Yep.
You're done too, Lisa? 3 on each side? Yeah. All right. Because we're gonna head into, and we might just make it like 10 or 12 minutes just to make sure that we are conscious of your time. It's very valuable. I get that. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. And we're gonna do, you guys just keep moving if you're finishing, but I'm gonna talk about what we're doing next. They're all, you've already foundationally done all this stuff, and we're just gonna change it into a different sequence. So we're gonna do 10 deadlifts, 2 legs, okay? But you can choose what that's gonna look like, okay? Lots of fun here. You get 10 reps to do whatever you want. So you can choose to double bell. You can choose to single bell, maybe 5 on each side. You could even do like a little pattern of coming into the middle and then out to the side. You could do all those things with 2 belts. You could be on the outside. You could choose to come on the inside, outside, inside. You're gonna choose. Next one is 9 thrusters. Okay, so that bell upside down is really quite nice if we're doing a single bell here. Squat right up into the overhead. You've already been doing those jerks. We're putting the squats and jerks together. All right, you could do that with 2 bells as well. Or you could take into 1 bell, okay? You're making this your own. Then you're gonna do 8 push-ups. You guys know push-ups? We're gonna do 7 overhead squats. Sorry, I'm gonna get out of the screen for a minute. You may just want to take your band or a broomstick if you have one at home and get that armpits forward, elbows towards the floor. You're gonna pull out on that to make sure there's some tension. You're gonna go for 7 overhead squats. If those feel good, you can start to add some weight, maybe 1 arm at a time, 2 bells at a time, which is not available for me right now. It's just a little tight in my back, but you choose if that's a good option for you. So that was 7 of those. Now 6 bent over rows, okay? So hinge position, drive the elbow back. You can do this with both bells. You can come with 1, right? So you can do 3 and 3. You choose, right? Last one, 5 burpees. Now, lots of options of burpees. What is burpee? Getting down and off the floor. So you can raise the floor. So like I have a bench here. I could come here and come and then press up. Or I could come down, down, and up. I maybe even want to take that inchworm to plank, okay? Or you're going to do your burpee. Tons of options, okay? So 10 deadlifts, 9 thrusters, 8 push-ups, 7 overhead squats, 6 rows. That could be 3 on each side or double bell with 6. 5 burpees, 10 deadlifts, 9 thrusters, 8 push-ups, 7 overhead squats, 6 bent over rows. I feel like the Christmas song. 5 go burpees. So we're gonna put on the clock. I think we'll go about 10 minutes, okay? And I just want you to continue to work through these, have fun, get creative with whatever way is gonna feel good for you. And we're just gonna do that for 10 minutes so we have time for stretching, okay? Feel like we're working hard today. Where's the clock? On here. You guys all ready? Get ready with that first deadlift, whatever way that wants to look like for you. Now, if we're not even using weight, you could just do good mornings. There's no just in there. You could do good mornings. Go ahead, guys, get started. 10 minutes on the clock, 10 minutes of focused movement. And Amanda, even you have your barbell. You could do any of these moves with barbells if you wanted, right? Just a matter of getting it set up. We do want to make sure that you get in your time, 10 minutes. Just making sure you're grabbing the floor, everything that we've done, right? We've talked about deadlifts. Awesome. Then you're going to move into 9 thrusters. Again, I'll show you a good body weight option if you need it. Okay, is here. Whoops, that's the good morning. We're going to come here, up overhead. Okay, still do the pattern of the movement, still feel the connection of grabbing the energy from the floor, letting it come through your body and getting those arms overhead. Push-ups are the same as like in the burpees. You can raise the floor if you want to. Find a spot where you can keep the elbows over top of the wrists, the shoulders over top, and maybe coming in here. That's a great choice. Make sure you feel confident and empowered. We do not want to come to push-ups where we feel like, oh, these are awful. How would we feel confident? Really make that proud chest. Tuck that rib cage over top of the pelvis. Remember how we talked about breathing into that core, keeping that pressure. We have learned too that the backside of our body is so important. Think Superman while you do a push-up. Okay, then we're gonna go into those overhead squats. This is where I'm at today. Okay, grabbing the floor and really making sure there's tension, nothing soft here. That's why sometimes it's really great to grab a broomstick. So if you need to, even if you're watching the replay on this, you could stop the video at any time, right? And you normally want to take that edge off. I'm just getting a little lazy here, but just really thinking about what we did when we were in the corkscrew, right? Where thumbs up, thumbs down. You want thumbs to the back of the room as you do those squats. Okay, amazing. Good, I like it. Jen got her broom out. Arms are straight. Now I want to see if you shaved your armpit and then your elbows towards the floor. So if I start to internally rotate, see you starting to hide the armpit and then my elbows to the back of the room. Think about changing that up. You almost want to even let your shoulder come up a bit because when you come down, it will counterbalance itself. Yeah, nice. It's such a good full body experience, isn't it? Changes up that squat, starts to think you about going more upright. Really defining the difference between hinge and squat when we're doing that. All right, I'm not sure where you guys are at. Let me come peek at you. You could be doing those rows next if you were listening in with what we were doing with the overhead squat. 6 of those rows. I see you guys are back on the deadlift. Some of you on the class today. Amazing job. And then you'll just finish off with those rows and then those burpees, right? 6, 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And I love breaking this up into really manageable pieces, working with our brain, right? Because our brain is in charge of everything. The mission statement, right? Seek pleasure, avoid pain, do so with as little energy as possible. So when we break things up, that doesn't feel like a lot of energy. And then it doesn't feel as painful. And then our body perceives that as, oh, this is fun. I can do it. And that's how we continue to keep growing forward. When we just break it up and feel it from the inside, right? We've really talked about suction cupping those feet, grabbing the energy, pulling it into your center, allowing you to feel rooted and aligned and breathing, confident, empowered. You're 4 minutes in. You got 6 more minutes to just go through exactly what you can. Do you have a question, Amanda?
We just do the same thing again, all over.
Yeah.
Can you hear
You
me?
can type it.
Where?
Oh, you can text it, maybe. Where's the chat? You're typing. Are you typing? Yep, just keep repeating it. 10, 9, 8. Yep, sorry about that. Keep growing forward on that. Awesome. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, nice. That's weird about not being able to hear you. All right, nice. Just keep growing forward, feeling confident. Remember where confidence, what it feels like in your body, right? Shoulders down and back, keeping that rib cage over top of your pelvis, feeling in alignment. We have 5 minutes left here. Keep growing forward, just feeling. And I'm just watching for you. If you're missing it, remember 10 deadlifts, 9 thrusters. Good. 8 push-ups. 7 overhead squats, 6 rows, and 5 beautiful burpees. Maybe make some affirmations as you do those burpees. What that just means is when you get your arms over your head, just affirm yourself. I am awesome. So that would look like this. Down. I am awesome. That can happen here too. I am awesome. Well done. Keep it going. Woo. Use your workout to empower you, to feel confident, to get taller, to feel more energized and buzzy with good, happy hormones that will continue through the day. We are never going to feel defeated after one of these workouts because we have come in with the right mindset. We have listened to our body, we have responded, and we grow forward with that same breaking things up into 1% actions, meeting our big goals, and where we're at today, right in the middle, so that it's in that beautiful yellow spot, and we're growing forward, we're finding our to be, we're being that person who we need to be today, so that we can have the things that we want to do, right? Be, do, have. Be that person today. You're already doing all the things today. You are going to have all the things you want today. You're going to be able to deal with any kind of anxiety, any stress that shows up. You're going to learn how to breathe. You're going to feel confident. You're going to come within yourself in that deep core and just know you're capable of absolutely anything you choose. Body follows the mind. You have 3 more minutes here. Just keep going, pacing yourself at that. Yeah, that's it. And changing it up as you go. So maybe you wanted to switch it up to 2 bells. Maybe you wanted to, play with changing the foot stance, kind of like we did in the warm up, right? We really talked about keeping those shoulder blades out, or those arms out, using our shoulder blades. Yeah, good job. Beautiful. Finding, yeah, I like it. I love it. I love your option that you've chose, Jen, for your burpees, just getting down to the knees and then back up, right? That's really working in a lunge, right? Right, a real deep lunge. So that is a really good option, and it is challenging you. And imagine how many places in your life you can use this, right? Thinking about even having your grandchild and they want to pick something up or pick the toy up and you can get off the floor. Amazing job. Good work. There's a lot of balance included in this workout. You are killing it. You're feeling good. We're doing awesome. Where are we at for our time? Oh, good. We got 2.5 minutes left. You can do this. Just keep growing forward. Feeling in control. I love watching you. You're doing it. That's it, Amanda. Nice, Sherry. I like that stick. That's a good choice for those overhead. Really think about showing my armpits and think about the thumbs heading to the back of the room. Even like kind of ripping that bar, like tension into it. Use it to get you stronger, kind of like we do our feet with the ground. Any kind of object we have is actually something that can make us stronger, right? Sometimes we think it's going to weigh us down, but we can use it to remind us how to meet it in the middle. Nice, Kate. Doing good there in Florida. Oh, the sun must make you more energized. All that vitamin D firing you up and fueling you. Where did Lisa go? There she is. Hey, Lisa. How are you? Good job. Keep going. That's it, Jen. We're in our final stretch here. Okay, let's see how much time's left. Okay, we are heading into the last 30 seconds. Good. Finishing off. Feeling good. Every rep, I want you to take these next 20 seconds to make sure you finish on a good rep. One that you're like, yes, that's my encore, that's my beauty, all shining up in this rep. I feel powerful. You have 5 more seconds. Get that last one in. 3, 2, 1, and then just stop where you're at. Avoid the need to finish an external goal. Go ahead and just celebrate within. You just did 11 minutes, actually. I had it a little extra minute. Okay, so you can feel good that you reached past the external goal. External goals are amazing. They grow us forward, but we just have to go, hey, look what I did today. Okay, it's not about how many rounds you did, not about how many reps. It was like, hey, I kept moving that whole time. Okay, that was our goal. 10 minutes of focus. You hit the goal. Sometimes our brains will start to change the rules, and really that's not doing us any favors. We got to look at what we did awesome. Right now, you should be catching in your breath. What we're going to do is get into some stretches. If you want a wall, come in and grab that foot, put your knees together, squeeze your glutes forward. Lots of other ways to get the stretch if that doesn't feel okay. You can be here, curl the toe, bring that hip forward and reach. You also could lay on your belly and grab that leg as well. And you could also, if you can't grab your leg, use your band or a towel, or maybe I can't do it today. Okay, we're gonna just put that on your foot. This is another way to get into it. Just put it on your foot, hold it here. All right, coming onto your side, and then just bringing that up like Santa bags, and then roll forward. And you can use this to give you the stretch that you need. Now, in our stretches today, I really want you guys to focus on breathing. Okay, so breathe in into the tightness, and then exhale. Let it go. Sink into your stretch. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Let it go. We're going to switch over to the other side. Again, you could be standing. You could be in this hip flexor stretch. And go ahead and do that one this time to show. And again, I feel some real tightness here. So as I breathe, I'm breathing into this area of my body. Expanding it. It's amazing how we can do that with our mind. And then exhale. Let it go. Use that powerful breath you've been born with. And exhale. It's a magic tool. It's your superpower, and you're going to have it for the rest of your life. So the more that you can learn to really use it, the better you're going to be. All right, let's head into some pigeons. So let's come on into a nice pigeon here. All right, that front knee is bent. The back leg is straight. Come on, angle here. You can sink into that and use your breath. If that also doesn't feel good, knees or anything are sore, just go ahead and have one leg, bring that leg over, hug it. And then you could also use this leg bent to push through the floor and get through this. This is where we're looking to stretch. This is where we're looking to breathe into. Exhale. One more breath. Really notice how your breath is helping you release any extra tension, any stress that we don't want to carry in our day. Now you're going to switch sides. So again, this looks like 2 different options here. Okay, you could be here. This is enough stretch. If you need more, you bend this knee, you meet this ankle and knee into each other to use a little bit of tension to grow forward, or you're in your pigeon. Okay, and you're going to use the same breath. So a big inhale into that tight spot. And exhale. Depending on where you are, you can go ahead, put that head down. You could also change the angle. Good job. We're just gonna come forward here. I just want you to bring those legs forward. Let's just get into the hamstrings and lean slightly forward, toes towards the ceiling. And you can rock back and forth. And just, again, make this your own. Use your breath. Maybe your body's saying, hey, I'm tighter on this side. Maybe I'll lean with my chest towards my thigh, kind of like we already were doing in our spinal roll, right? We know all the ways that our body enjoys feeling good. And we then can bring these legs together, get tall, and just wherever you can reach. No judgment, just curiosity and just responding to what we're hearing, listening to our body. We're going to go ahead, bring our hands behind us. We're going to get into a nice chest stretch. So we're just going to be able to use our body here and open up that chest. Okay, so what you're thinking about is how far can I get my shoulder blades from each other? You already talked about the suction cups in your hands. Now, if you see me right now, and I'm doing this on purpose, my rib cage just popped out. I want to bring it back in and then keep it in, and then I can go ahead, squeeze my shoulder blades, keep my rib cage in, and start to feel that in the front of my shoulders to really open my heart up. I like calling this the Care Bear stare stretch, you know, just really opening up your heart and letting all the rainbows out. Being open to accept all the rainbows that want to come in. All right, let's go ahead, find ourselves into child's pose. We're just going to go ahead and get through the confidence muscles first. So what I want you to do is you're going to sit here, if that's uncomfortable, just widen out your legs, and you're just going to think about how we can shift our hips, okay? So I want hips to go to one side, arm to the other. You choose what feels good on those knees if you're wider or if you're narrower, okay? But I want you to get your hips to one side of your feet and your arms to the opposite so you can lengthen. Put your bicep or your ear on your bicep and look up. You're going to feel that stretch right around that shoulder blade, right from where we did those rows and what we call the confidence muscles. Thank you. Confidence. Let's give it a little massage. A little yes. Thank you. And we are going to use you today. We're going to stand tall. We're going to stand proud. And we're going to use our breath to remove any other tension that you feel that you have to hold. Thigh. Good. All right, over to the other side. Hips one side, arm to the other. Bicep to the ear. And again, we're just giving kind words as we do this. Just being like, what are all the words that make me feel confident? Am I using my breath to remove any kind of things that maybe aren't feeling good in that upper body? Any tension that maybe I'm holding? Say, hey, I don't want you in here. I'm going to clean you out with my breath. I'm going to inhale into the tension. And I'm going to be the biggest sigh and let it out. I'm going to sink in. Both sides should feel real good. And I want you to go for 5 beautiful cleansing breaths. As you're here, I want you to really take in how gorgeous you feel right now. Right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things, so that your brain is going to crave this feeling right now. It is going to want to come back to your workouts. It's going to want to come back so that even you trigger yourself, that if you came into child's pose, you would be able to come right back to this feeling. So go ahead and really, kind of what we're doing is imprinting it on our brain. I want them to be the biggest with the biggest size. Just really releasing it. You can stay here as long as you need. Really soak in the feeling, maybe give it a word. When you have a word, I call it your anchor word. That word is going to guide you through this day. You're going to be able to come back to it when things maybe feel a little bit challenging. You can know that how I get through challenges is through being in alignment with my goals, through using my breath, through confidence and empowering myself. Have a magical day.